Joe Biden was sworn in as the 46th president of the United States on Wednesday, January 20th, and evangelical Christians are acting totally normal about it. I'm just kidding. They're going a little bit crazy. We have a new president, Joe Biden, a lifelong Catholic who was just sworn in on a Bible that's bigger than my apartment. He's replacing Donald Trump, a man who had an affair with a porn star, has been married multiple times, sexual assault allegations, mocks disabled people. You would think that the Christian community would be happy about this replacement, but sadly, that's not the case. They've somehow attached Donald Trump's name to Jesus Christ, and they've become this inseparable force that God somehow anointed Trump, and even to the point where people are prophesying that Trump's going to win again in 2020 and that, he was God's chosen president. How did we get here? I'll be scrolling along on social media as I do far too often, and I'll come across posts like that make you think that God wears a MAGA hat. It gives off this impression like God is an American in the Bible Belt who tells Muslims, "Get off my lawn." I took about 15 minutes to scroll through some posts, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I found on Facebook. First post, all people think about money, money, money. Not having a clue what Biden went in office and signed. I would think he was the Antichrist, but he's not good looking or a smooth talker. He just a puppet too. Either way, this place is doomed. How much do you want to bet that this same person also thought that Obama was the Antichrist? But somehow Trump is not. It skipped over him. It's just them damn Democrats or Democrats or Democrats, whatever you want to call them. This is from a page called Trump 2020 Perfect Vision. Who knows how many terrorists, criminals, MS-13 gang members, and other, perhaps even infected with various diseases, are in that number of individuals trying to enter the nation illegally. What Trump tried to stop, Joe Biden and the Democrats promote. I'm sure they're planning more pandemics in America so they can take more and more control, which is how COVID-19 probably started here and in other places around the world. The Antichrist agenda is moving forward, but we know it's in the Bible. It's unfortunate the church can't tell the difference in our day and age. I'm speaking of those who vote Democrat for abortion, and these criminals who stole the election. They can't seem to understand. Do not kill, do not steal. But this is the day and age we live in. I'll tell you what you can't understand, Trump 2020 Perfect Vision. Fucking punctuation. How about a comma or a period somewhere in there? I don't even care that you think Biden's the Antichrist. Just for fuck's sake, put a semicolon somewhere. But on a real note, a sad note, it's weird how they often talk about the Antichrist and Satan just when they're talking about the other party, who they don't agree with their platform. So automatically that makes them the devil? It's so strange. Hey, preacher, the reason it's so easy for you to agree with the Biden-Harris ticket is because you operate in the same Antichrist spirit. You're what the Bible calls an imposter. But the remnant know the difference. Pray, but don't agree. These people really think that it's impossible for someone to be a preacher and to be a Democrat, to agree with the Biden-Harris ticket over Trump's. I think the issue normally comes down to abortion. That seems to be the one major issue that will stop anybody in that mindset from being a Democrat, because they think that abortion is murder even though it's not. Christians, Biden might actually be good for the church. Which church? Baphomet? Baal? Satan? We're talking about Joe Biden here. Someone who isn't even that far left. Someone who seems like a decent man, who considers himself a Christian, a Catholic, definitely can quote more verses than Donald Trump can, but he's somehow viewed as evil by the evangelical community. This person posted a link to an article on trutherfiction.com. Did Biden's Bible have upside down crosses? Do they realize that if you turn the Bible the other way, the cross isn't upside down? That could have been the bottom. I don't know. Joe Biden, family full of witches and warlocks. He carries a Bible with an upside down cross that symbolically Satan, the note upside down crosses on the Holy Bible that represent heaven, and you cannot be sworn in on a family Bible from the 1700, 1800, 1900, 2020. It have to be the court Bible as in the one that Donald Trump used a regular Holy Bible. So your inauguration is fake. You are not the president, and you will never be. It's not acceptable. No, the president of ever dated. And if you won't either, you are not a president of this country. Maybe some other country, but not America. You are not the owner of anything in this country, so you can leave. What? Newsflash, homie, you don't have to be sworn in on a Bible at all. Here's a personal favorite of mine. Biden replacing Trump, kind of like Satan replacing God? Yeah, kinda, except not at all. Trump is God. This person is actually comparing Trump to God and Biden to Satan. Although, I guess if you kind of look at the Old Testament, Trump could be pretty similar to God. The intolerance, the misogyny, the racism, the hatred for anyone who doesn't love him, that might actually make more sense now that I think about it. Trump might be more like the Old Testament God. I hope all my liberal friends and conservatives see the outright display of the High Witch and her satanic symbolism and mockery of the Creator while singing their national anthem, and the pomp and circumstances as they parade the flags of other countries. Oh, you blind fools. As in the days of Noah, your one world order is coming. Your abomination is taking stage, and you still don't believe the truth. Yeah, that's a dove with an olive branch, dumbass. Lady Gaga's tweet actually says, a dove carrying an olive branch. May we all make peace with each other. Yeah, satanic symbolism at its finest. Knock, knock. Who's there? Intolerance. Intolerance who? This is why they hate Donald J. Trump, because he stood against same-sex marriage, lesbianism, amongst others. The picture below is the transport secretary to Joe Biden, American president, with his wife. That's why he, Biden, was loved. Devil has taken over in America, but God in his infinite mercy will not allow their evil agendas to succeed. How dare two consenting adults love each other? It's just fucking despicable. Do you want some more Christian nationalism? Well, look no further than Pastor Greg Locke. I'm going to do my best Pastor Greg Locke impersonation. The fact that Trump won is just that, a fact. I can't control a takeover of willingly deceived people. I stand by what I said. I do not apologize for having deep convictions and strong values. I will not renounce my support of Trump. Hashtag hold the line. Hashtag boycott Dunkin' Donuts. You know it's a major problem when they say the word fact and they have no idea what the word fact actually means. Then you have articles like this, Joe Biden Bible prophecy. God will use U.S. president to usher in the tribulation. Joe Biden has been inaugurated as the 46th president of the United States, and that means his time in office will be spent enacting policies that will propel the world into the end days, at least according to claims made by Christian conspiracy theorists. According to Christian End Times blog Bible Prophecy Signposts of the Times, the world will now closely watch the U.S. president to see how his policies fulfill biblical prophecies. America's evangelists in particular believe the U.S. has to safeguard Israel's interests in the Middle East, as the Bible says a strong and secure Israel plays a critical role in the end days. A key issue is the construction of the third holy temple in Jerusalem, which niche groups of Christians believe will become a seat of power for the Antichrist and the second coming of Jesus Christ. Or how about this one from Dead State? Christian pastor says Satan infiltrated the courts of heaven to block Trump's re-election. Come on. I also saw this post from a Facebook page called End Times Events.
Why do you think Senator Harris would be ready to step in and become commander-in-chief if something were to happen to you?
Number one, her values. Number two, she is smart as the devil. Number three,
Oh no, he said she's smart as the devil. The post says, prepare yourself for the rapture. Satan is no longer a secret cult. And guess whether or not they used any punctuation at all? The answer is no. It's just funny to see all of these prophets who said that Trump was going to be reelected. It's funny to see them all be wrong. And they're all shifting the goalposts. Well, God has a plan. Or, wait and see. We'll see. Now they're going to pivot and say it's this mass deception by Satan, or that it's a test from God, or whatever. It's always something. It's always something. Just because they didn't get their way. I'll leave you with this question. Wouldn't we all be better off if evangelical Christians would stop trying to predict the end of the world and join the rest of us in living in this one? If you like this video, then make sure to like and subscribe for more ex-Christian and atheist content. Thank you to all of my patrons. If you want to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/JesusUnfollower.